Welcome to the table. It's 7:45, tell your neighbor. It's about time for everyone to speak. DC speaking up for the people every week. It's 7:45, let me holler at you. Podcast.
Welcome to the table. Is DC here with the 745 podcast. Today's conversation is called More Than Background Music, the soundtrack behind student success. In every song, there's a melody everyone remembers, and background music most people never notice. Schools work the same way. We often celebrate principals, teachers, coaches, and superintendents. But there are countless professionals whose impact is felt every day without always receiving the recognition they deserve. Today's conversation is about people who help schools function, build relationships, support students, solve problems, and create culture. They're more than background music. They help create the soundtrack behind student success. But before we jump into today's conversation, here's a quick Did You Clock That? Many students spend more time with paraprofessionals, interventionists, and support staff than people realize. These professionals often build some of the strongest relationships on campus while helping students navigate academics, behavior, technology, and life itself. Yet despite their influence, they are often among the least discussed voices in education. So, can schools truly say they value every employee when some of the people closest to students have the least influence over the decisions that affect them? Well, today's guest is Julian Deal. Julian has experienced education from several different perspectives. He spent 5 years working directly with students as a behavioral interventionist, and today he supports the technology, systems, and inventory that help his campus function. His impact has earned him Paraprofessional of the Year honors in both 2025 and 2026. Outside of education, Julian is a DJ and entrepreneur building a mobile DJ business. But what makes today's conversation important isn't simply what he does, it's what he's seen. He's experienced what it means to work closely with students, how schools depend on people whose contributions aren't always reflected in their compensation or opportunities. He's watched decisions about education made far away from the people who experience their consequences. And through music and entrepreneurship, he's seen how creativity can give people opportunities to discover abilities that traditional systems sometimes overlook. Julian, welcome to the table. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Listen, man, I'm excited to have you. And before we get into all the other cool stuff that you do and just how education runs in general, I'm going to ask you, tell us who Julian Deal is beyond, the job title.
Father, husband, man of God.
Amen.
Amen. Overall, a creative person. Overall, I try to be as positive as I possibly can. Mm-hmm. Just all around kind of calm, cool guy.
He's not lying. And this response should tell it all. I met him at work and we worked together. And he's quiet spirited, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, he holds people accountable, and if you've ever had a chance to work with him, it was an honor. And that if you've ever worked with him. So it's a pleasure to have you here.
Man, I appreciate it.
And I'm not just saying that because we on this show.
Right.
I really mean it.
Thank you.
I would have never called you if I didn't. So
I appreciate that, man.
So,
thank you.
So tell me, what was your path to getting into education?
I didn't even have a direct plan to get into education. I ended up working for the school district because I was following a friend of mine.
Okay.
A friend of mine had gotten a position in the school district, and I wasn't doing anything at that time. I was out of high school, maybe about 2-3 years into college.
Okay. But
I didn't have like a career or anything that I didn't have any type of knowledge of what I wanted to do.
Right.
So I was following him, but I ended up getting a paraprofessional position, and my first position was like a workroom aide. And I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being helpful.
Yeah.
I enjoyed being resourceful.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fact that people would come to me to help solve them problems.
Right.
Or to help solve problems. And working with the kids was a plus. My first job, my teenage job, I worked at a summer day camp district for my church.
Okay.
So I always worked with kids, and I always had a good rapport with kids. So working with kids in a more traditional educational environment, that was just a plus. And then when I transitioned into a behavioral interventionist position, that's when it got interesting.
Yeah.
That's when it got interesting. I learned a lot from that position, and it taught me a lot about perseverance. It taught me a lot about patience.
Yeah.
And I use what I learned in those categories, in those concepts, to just be of service. And God has just seen me throughout the years of me being in education.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of times where people would ask me, why do you stay in education? There's no money in education. There's nobody getting paid in education.
Yeah.
But I got to a point to where I was looking at it as if the purpose was greater than the payout.
Man, you said a lot there. Hey, man, pin that one.
Clip that.
Purpose was greater than the payout.
Yeah, the purpose was greater than the, yeah.
It's a bar. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man. And I adopted that mindset. And that's what kept me going for years after years after years. And that's what kept me coming back to school, you know, and wanting to be there for those kids and establishing positive relationships with my coworkers and how I could be of service to them.
Yeah.
And God showed me a lot through that, even subconsciously, even subtly, things that weren't just obvious, but little lessons that you would learn.
Yeah. Man, you just said a lot. You know, and when you bring up God, as a believer myself, I do think we overlook the impact he has on anything for that matter. But especially education, especially with all the the politics going on, on with it, and reading the Bible and all that stuff in schools. I think we even invest in the topic of God in schools. It's far deeper than just reading a verse. As a believer, you believe he has his hand on like everything, even the stuff that doesn't look good. And if you do not adopt the mindset that he has his hand on you doing that purpose, you'll quit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
quit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you definitely have to adjust your mindset, readjust that mindset, and keep that cosmic universal purpose as the forefront in your mind to keep you inspired, to keep showing up, to keep coming and giving 100% every day. You know.
So you've worked with a lot of kids, and do you have a story or a certain child or student that you impacted that just sticks with you? Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, I had a student actually at the campus I'm at now. When I first got there, it was around like 2015. I had transitioned from a behavior intervention position from my last campus to a behavior interventionist position at the current campus that I'm at.
Yeah.
And there was this one kid, and he would give me the business every day.
Yeah.
He would give me the business every day. He ain't want to listen. He ain't want to follow directions, talking back, real disrespectful. Sometimes he swing on you.
Man.
Yeah.
I know that one. Yeah.
But talking to him and actually putting aside how I felt and presenting a more stoic manner.
Yeah.
Was, it enabled me to see exactly what his environment was that caused his mindset to be what it was. That boy was going through a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
And it was things that, he probably didn't know how to express.
Right.
And it was things that we didn't even know that he was going through.
Yeah.
But when you sit there and talk to him, and that's another thing, you got to build trust. You got to build relationships with these students. But talking to him and building a relationship, I was able to build a relationship to where he felt comfortable trusting me.
Yeah.
And it started to change. Whenever he would give the teacher problems, They call me Mr. Deal, come get him.
Yeah.
Mr. Deal, come get him.
Yeah. Your boy's out of control.
Yeah, your boy's out of control. Come get him. Come get him. And I would go. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he probably needed somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
He probably didn't have a male father figure at home, which he didn't. And he needed an example of how to not act from emotion, how to just be still and be calm and be stoic and give yourself time to think critically about what it is that you're doing.
Before you start acting.
Yeah. And it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time for us to get to that point, but it did. But we eventually did get to that point. And what I saw change in that student was his whole demeanor. He felt better about coming to school, and I don't want to take credit for that, but I do want to say that I was like, nothing happens by happenstance. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason.
Yeah.
I was put there for a reason.
Yeah.
And having that relationship with that student and seeing it grow and seeing him trust me, it let me know I had a superpower, so to say. A superpower that allowed me to communicate with kids in a way that most adults didn't know how. Because sometimes kids just want you to listen to them.
That's it.
Yeah. And it was some situations where it got rough, but the fact that I was patient with him and the fact that I was able to give him something that he possibly didn't have at home, totally changed his mindset about his approach towards education. He came to school wanting to do better. He would second guess some of his actions because he didn't want to disappoint me.
That's respect now.
That's respect now.
That's respect. He got somebody to respect and a reason to do it.
Yeah. So that's one story that I always remember, and that's one student that I will always remember, and the impact on the student that I've always had, that I always keep in my mind to kind of keep me inspired and motivated to keep going.
Yeah, and those kind of stories actually highlight the role of the background singers. Right?
Yes, sir. Because I wasn't a teacher.
Yeah.
I wasn't a teacher. I'm a paraprofessional.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the times, you know, paraprofessionals, they don't get the credit that they deserve.
Amen.
A lot of the times, most of the times, classrooms would not function smoothly without the assistance of paraprofessionals.
I agree.
And a lot of the times we get overlooked, we get underappreciated. But like I said before, the purpose is greater than the payout. And when you see the result that you have on the students, that's good enough. That is good enough, because you know you're doing something that's way bigger than yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Something that's going to outlast you. So we have what's called the 745 scenario.
Okay.
I read the scenario to you, and you answer it according to how you would respond. Imagine a paraprofessional has been working at the same school for 7 years. You have students trusting her, parents know who she is, teachers depend on her, and she works with some of the students who need the most support. She stays late, helps solve problems that aren't technically in her job description. And one afternoon, she is recognized in front of the entire staff for her dedication. Everybody stands and applauds, and the principal tells her, "We couldn't do this work without you." What did this mean to her? And it's part 2. How much does public recognition weigh versus private recognition?
That's a good question. I've been in that situation to where, well, because you know you don't want to seem cocky.
Of course not. Yeah.
You don't want to seem cocky.
And most humble people would have that response.
Exactly.
To be honest with you.
And you try to keep a level of humility, because you know you feel like that's what will reward you greater in the end. But it does feel good to be appreciated, and it does feel good to be seen and to be recognized and to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
And I will say, public notoriety or public recognition, or even just bringing attention to yourself publicly, or attention to that paraprofessional publicly, it could be awkward because, you know, sometimes we're not used to receiving that type of attention. But I know in my experience, when things like that happen to me, I would express my gratitude more privately. Like, I would say thank you and everything, but yeah,
Flipped it on.
I flip it.
Wow.
I flip it. And it's not so much as you know, just being difficult.
I understand.
You know, it's just a matter of, like I said, it's not about me.
It's a testament to what you believe, though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now you've won or have been recognized twice in a row as Paraprofessional of the Year. One that I was very proud to say I was a part of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, we talk about that later.
Yeah.
But what did those awards mean to you?
It meant that we are going in the right direction.
Okay.
Because I remember a time where paraprofessionals didn't get any recognition. You do all of that work, you have all of that impact, and at the end of the day, you know,
Let's go home and start over the next day.
Do it all over again the next day.
Yeah.
The only people that probably appreciate you are the ones that you directly helped. You know, them the only ones that's gonna tell you thank you.
Yeah.
But over the past, I would say maybe 5 years, especially since a lot of the leadership has changed in our district, I've seen more attempts to recognize paraprofessionals.
Yeah.
So they didn't used to have a paraprofessional day.
Yeah.
They didn't used to have paraprofessional of the year. You just an employee, bro.
Yeah. Watching the teachers get it.
Yeah, you watching the teachers get it.
And you said that teacher suck without me.
Man, because I'm in there solving most of her problems. I'm in there solving most of her disciplinary problems. That teacher don't even have no classroom
She
management.
couldn't teach if I wasn't in there. Where's my certificate?
Where's my certificate? Do I get a cookie? Do I get a donut? Do I get something?
Nah, you get the left goodies in the break room after everybody
The
does.
stale muffins. You get the you get them
Mr.
stale
Deal, we
muffins.
left you some donuts in there
Yeah, help yourself.
yesterday.
Help yourself. Help yourself. Man, yeah. But when I see stuff like that happen, it does let me know we going in the right direction.
It's good.
And it's a good thing to see, because a lot of the times paraprofessional work was frowned upon.
Yeah.
Even now in my campus, I ain't gonna say no names, but there's some coworkers that may look at the paraprofessional position like a statement was made
Uh-oh.
by one of my coworkers. They not there no more, so I'm not gonna say no names, but
Yeah.
the situation happened and it rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
So you know how I am. I'm
sure.
gonna work hard, bro,
Absolutely.
and it ain't gonna be too much idle time.
Yeah.
I'm either pushing something around, pulling something around, putting something up, putting something together.
Yeah.
So I'm working.
Yeah. He ain't lying.
Yeah, you know, and my coworker makes a statement. Oh man, you doing slave work, huh?
Wow.
I say, excuse me?
Come again.
Yeah,
Please. Run that by me again.
yeah. So when I said come again, then he readjusted. And I had to talk to him. I had to tell him, I say, nah, bro, this is meaningful work.
Amen.
This is work that has purpose, bro.
That's a mature response, because I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, bro,
He would have got it that day.
I had to sit with it for I had to sit with it for a couple minutes before I responded.
That's mature too.
I had to sit with it, and then I learned how to handle situations like that from being a behavior interventionist.
Ooh. Man, say, I told y'all the truth. I'm not lying to you. Man,
a lot of that
that boy, self-regulation tactics.
because you got to teach them. You got to teach that when you're a behavior interventionist. A lot of the times, a lot of the lessons that you teaching these kids is just self-regulation and de-escalation. How can you take yourself from 10 back down to 1 to where you can think calmly to solve your problem?
So while we're on that topic, what's like the most misunderstood aspect of a paraprofessional role?
Well, like I said before, that is just daunting, boring work. A lot of the misconceptions about being a paraprofessional is that you are always overlooked. And that may have been the case in the past, but like I said recently, I've seen attempts to where they are recognizing paraprofessionals more, and they are letting people know, and they let paraprofessionals know that the work that they do is important.
Yeah.
They're starting to bring more attention to that message. So, I'm sorry, what was the question again?
No, you answered it.
Oh, okay.
We're looking at, the misconceptions of the role.
Right.
Daunting tasks, repetitive tasks that people do not respect nor value.
Yeah. And it's not that, man. It is not. If you look at it that way, that's what it's gonna be.
Wow.
If you look at it that way, because your perception creates your reality.
Amen.
So if you think that that's how it is, then that's how you're going to treat it every day.
Yeah.
And you're going to dread coming to work every day. You're not going to give 100%. You're going to short those kids that need whatever it is that you got.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a big disservice to yourself and those students when you have that perception, that when you have that mindset that it is daunting, or it's boring, or it's some work that's beneath you.
Right.
Because that's what a lot of people feel.
I would say that right there, nail on the head.
That's what a lot of people feel.
Yeah, for real.
They feel like it's beneath them.
You're too big for it, or I'm too good.
Yeah, or I have too much education, or I have too many degrees. Nah,
Nah, and it's crazy because, like, when we work together, man, I never let you do it alone.
Right, man. You was in that book room with me, brother. You was in, and then the year that you left,
yeah,
and I didn't have an inkling of help. I felt every bit of it. I was like, man, I miss Cooks, bro.
Yeah, and the feeling was mutual, man, because when I got to the new school, that closet looked like worse than what we dealt with. I said, man, I miss Deal. Where is it? I think I texted you, and I was like, man, I got a new closet look worse than what we had.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's pristine right now, by the way.
All right, bro, I know it.
It took me about a year and a half.
I know it, because you wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, but, I also wanted to show, as a leader, that there's nothing beneath me. There's no one beneath me. I told you in the beginning, I respect you quite a bit. And so I just saw, okay, I have a supervisor role, but I'm also dealing with another man. And that man has shown me that he has a work ethic that I can trust in. So I'm going to work next to him.
That's a good leadership quality, man.
Yeah.
That's good qualities of a leader, bro.
And
a leader that's going to get in the field with you.
Yeah, and anytime you had to do it alone for that time, it was me getting pulled to do something else. But I also said, well, let's build systems. And I don't know if you realize it, but I tried to build systems that you could at least not have as much stress in my departure.
Bro, and to be honest with you, you succeeded in that.
I appreciate it. I'm glad.
Yeah, man,
that was
because we haven't had a problem with that book room since.
Well, that's because you kept it going. It would have fell apart without you,
man. But it wasn't much work to do.
Yeah.
To keep it up,
yeah.
because because you had those systems already in place, and as long as I came in and just maintain those systems, it was going to be easy.
Yeah. So when we talk about being undervalued or the perception of paraprofessionals, we know you said the purpose weighs more than the payout, or greater than the payout, but people want a payout.
Yeah. And
so how does compensation, like actual compensation, play a part in that feeling of being valued? Because everybody's not going to take upon the perception that we have with purpose and all of those things. If I'm doing something I'm supposed to do, I can do it for free. Everybody don't take that. Some people see value as, did my check increase?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the question is, are paraprofessionals really getting paid what they should be getting paid?
No.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, no, they not.
Yeah.
No, they not. For the impact that they have, which is equal, if not better, or more impactful than most teachers or some teachers, for the stuff that they do, they definitely don't get the compensation that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, like if you coming in as a paraprofessional with no experience,
Mm-hmm.
you probably looking at the most between 20 and 25,000 a year.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And then with experience, the most you could probably make, probably 40,000, 35 to 40,000. Who's living off of that for? Who's able to live in this economy?
And that's by yourself. Don't have a family.
But I do.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that's when, boy, I'm telling you, all your power and strength it comes from God, bro.
Yeah.
It comes from God, and God don't make no mistakes.
Amen.
So the way that I was able to stay afloat was, I was going to work every day, have a full-time 9 to 5, but I was hustling on the side as being a DJ.
Yeah.
I
A
had
good
to.
one too, by the way.
Appreciate that.
A very good one.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. I've actually hired him a couple of times.
Yes, and we rocked that thing.
We rocked it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you had to, you gotta look at those avenues and those lanes just to make up for that difference.
Now, my question to you is, even if you stayed at a campus or a school long term, did you ever seek other opportunities within that you did not get in somebody who did not have the same work ethic as you got instead of you? Like, have you experienced like going out saying, I'm gonna try this job because it pays a little bit more, and you're not the one that landed that job? Like,
Oh yeah, I've actually went on a couple of interviews like the past 2 years trying to get a higher paying position, and me winning Paraprofessional of the Year twice didn't matter. Me having the knowledge and the experience that I had as a paraprofessional didn't matter, and I was going for a paraprofessional position.
I'm not gonna lie to you, making me mad. I'm listening though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it paid that 40,000. You know what I'm saying? It's more than what you get now. But I still didn't get it, regardless of how qualified I am for it.
Do you have an idea of why that doesn't relate to your work ethic? Because it ain't you.
Nah, and you know what? After I had the interview, I sat with it, and I was kind of replaying my conversation with the interviewers,
Yeah.
and things like that. And one conclusion that I came to after I sat with it was I didn't feel right when I was in there. I didn't feel right when I was in there. The energy wasn't there.
Yeah.
The energy felt combative, and the energy felt like it was opposing.
Hostile.
Yeah.
Passive aggression.
Passive aggression.
Yeah, I'm aware of that one.
Yeah, so my spirit was telling me, man, that's not for you.
Let it go.
Yeah, so
I got something else for you.
So that's why I honestly feel that even though I'm overly qualified for the position, God didn't want me there.
Amen. Okay. How do you set boundaries, right? Because now you have to not only do what you're not getting paid to do, and even though you want to serve, it's exhausting. So how do you set those boundaries so that you don't kill over in the process of
Or
serving?
burn out, right?
Or burn out.
Yeah, you got to be vocal. You have to tell people what they not gonna get away with.
Amen. Teach them how to treat you.
Exactly. And they gonna respect you. They gonna respect you more for it. Because they know they gonna have to come at you a different way. They know they gonna have to come at you with the utmost respect, because I'm not a disrespectful person. So why would you come at me with that type of energy when I don't even have that type of energy?
Yeah.
But as far as creating boundaries, you let them know. You tell them, like, nah, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
And I always have a reason why I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
Because I'm not just sitting here complaining. If I tell you I'm not comfortable with something, it's going to be a reason why. I'm gonna make sure that you understand why this is a no-go for me.
Yeah.
And you just gonna have to respect it.
But like your work ethic, in my opinion, provides that space. Like when somebody cannot deny what you do, it's hard for them to deny when you speak up. Whether they want to or not, they might try to, but your resume speaks for itself.
Yeah.
When I talk, you listen. When he talk, you listen. Why? Because he don't say much, but he does everything. So when you get ready to talk, you got their attention now. Because if Mr. Deal says something, he ain't feeling good about this, so you leave him alone.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, that's not enough to show that you value, because showing that you value, like I said, doesn't just come in compensation. For me, my opinion is it comes in opportunities. If I was still present with you in the role that I present as an administrator, there's no way I would have held on to you. I would have looked for you, because I know that you have put in enough time to change the culture of this campus. And now I want to see it benefit you and your family, because wherever you go, I go indirectly. When you leave your footprint elsewhere, part of your footprint got my footprint in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why I'm going to sit and keep you with me?
Wow.
Fly, brother.
Wow.
Fly, sister. I do believe that a sign of value does not come from public recognition, does not come from a plaque or an award. It comes from action. Handing me a certificate or trophy is not what I consider action. Figuring out and learning who I am is action. What are my plans is action. Where do you want to go is action. When I had opportunities that reached me, who did I call? You. Right? That shows value.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You get to make that decision or not, but I want to show you that I didn't forget.
Right. Because even when you went to another campus, you still reached out to me.
Sure did.
Yes, sir.
And that wasn't just to play around. I was serious. I know a guy that can do this and he can do it better than everybody in here. You know what I'm saying? Now, just because, I presented it doesn't mean that was the right thing for you to do. But it's just an example of people actually demonstrating value and how they care about you. And so when we talk about that, let's move on to leaders. What could leaders do differently for all of their paraprofessionals and assistants that will not only show value and appreciation, but kind of take away some of that load that they're feeling?
Well, in addition to just being more supportive as far as, the mental needs of a paraprofessional or anything like that, I think leaders and administrators can be of a better service to paraprofessionals if they offer a little bit of guidance as to what programs are available for paraprofessionals to continue, if they want to continue a career in education.
You just said a lot.
Yeah, man.
I hope y'all heard that.
Yeah. So if you're a leader out there, if you are an administrator and you have some hardworking paraprofessionals, it would benefit you and that paraprofessional if you took on a leadership role of guidance to let them know, hey, if you're interested in becoming a teacher, there are these programs that we have available. And if you need help getting enrolled in those programs, I can help you. Because it's a lot of language that I still don't understand.
Yeah.
There's a lot of connections that I don't have that my administrator may have. But I would be a great piece to that puzzle. I just need to be plugged in.
That boy hitting us with analogies and everything.
I just need to be plugged in.
Ooh, man. Listen, man. That's cold. Just plug me in.
Just plug me in.
Just plug me in. But here's the problem. They don't want to plug nobody in.
Why is that, though?
Well, education is one of the most political jobs you could ever have. And I said this when I had B-Cod on. The higher you go, the less oxygen. And education is like a cult. And people know people, and they're looking to bring their people up. So now what you have is underqualified individuals in spaces they know nothing about.
But they're there based off of their relationship with whoever.
That's it. It's no different in corporate America. And the thing is, most people, administrators, are scared to say that because they don't want to lose their job. I'm not scared to say it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've been through it, you know. And if you've been in the room with me and you did something like that, I saw it. Whatever. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I really don't. Why? Because right is right, wrong is wrong.
Right.
And so what happens is, if I invested all of this time to grow my paraprofessionals, well, who's going to be a paraprofessional? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not like everybody's knocking on the door to get into the field.
And that's not the case at all.
Right?
That is not the case.
But if they just realized that if we had a reciprocating relationship, that it would come back to us like gravity. What goes up must come down.
Yeah.
But since individuals can't see that, and they're looking at numbers, data, statistics, finances, the dollar amount, they work off the visible. We can't do this because we're going to lose this. I say we do this so that God can bless that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They don't want to do that. And then we also talked about would be just black male educators in general. You get called for all the hard-headed boys.
True.
Period. They're going to drop them off to you. They're going to call you over the announcements on the radio. And if they got your cell phone, they're going to hit you up.
Oh, yeah.
If you're gone for a day, dude can't have the flu. And you're going to come back and they're going to say, we glad you're here, Mr. Deal.
True.
And they're going to slide them right your way. Meanwhile, you got textbooks coming in, an event to prepare for. Somebody wants you to DJ after school for free. And then they want you to do all these things like you're part of a circus. And then at the end, thank you, Mr. Deal. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Not an ounce of dollar. You know what I'm saying?
For all that extra work.
For all that extra work. And the reason why you can continue to do it is because of your purpose.
Right.
Doesn't make it okay.
Right.
It just makes where you can survive it. But everybody don't want to work off survival. At some point, like educators, especially leaders, have to stop pinning people against the wall with a title. You're not just you know what I'm saying? You are whatever. Like, to me, when I hear you talk, I feel like I'm talking to another teacher. Because education comes in different forms.
True.
So if you have to sit down with a young man or a group of young men, or even the young ladies that get in trouble, knuckleheads, and you have to walk them through how to self-regulate emotionally, you are teaching them. You are a teacher. Even if you don't have the license to teach by knowledge and trade and action, you are educating at this moment. Nobody's paying attention to that.
Yeah.
So now if I'm your principal and I'm walking through the hall and I hear you talking to these kids that way, I'm saying, hey, college, you ever thought about teaching?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because, and this is for all you know, I got my certification people. Some of y'all suck. You either a teacher or you're not. You either have the skill or you don't. Now, I think you can learn skills to help you be a better teacher, but some people are natural born educators. The education behind it don't really make a huge difference.
Right.
But I'm saying all that to say, when the leaders see that they need a segment of people to hold this role, you know, they're not putting it out there like that because it creates a void and a gap here. But let me tell you this. Most of the time, I believe that the district leaders are blind to a lot of things. And it's the principal's responsibility to highlight those things,
course,
right?
Because it's at the campus
It's at
level.
the campus. The principal is the one that's doing it. If every principal spoke up about paraprofessionals, leaders, equity, equality, district would say, okay, we hear y'all. Let's do this. They're not doing it, right? Because they're focused on data, looking good, keeping a job, getting out of F status, whatever the case is. And some of them just want to grow and get up out of there. But if they actually love the people that was at the job, everybody was on the same page, you'll see a lot of paraprofessionals come up.
Oh yeah, man. I think you get a much different result when there's a sense of community involved.
Yeah. So let's move to politics. How has that influenced the work that's happening inside of schools? Like, from your standpoint, like when we talk about, like, for instance, they said now teachers are no longer considered professionals. And I know that burned.
Whoa, now that's new information to me.
Yeah. Oh, that's hot right now. Like, teachers are no longer considered professionals, right? And so now they're saying that, you just basically got a certificate.
I wondered the validity of those laws, and I wonder the intention behind some of those laws.
Mm-hmm.
And it does make me question, like, what is the ultimate goal here that we're actually trying to do?
Don't sound like they're teaching students.
It doesn't. And it's like, okay, well, is it more about money, or is it more about student progression to what our actual ultimate purpose is, or what our goal is?
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm just a paraprofessional, so I don't know exactly.
I don't know. Nobody's telling me these things.
Right. And a lot of the information you got to go research yourself. But a lot of the times when you look at politics, it's like, it's in everything.
Yeah.
And and it's just like, okay, well, what would the educational environment be without having to deal with all of those politics?
Well, I think that if we, I'm an intentional person, right? I love that word, intentional.
Uh-huh.
If my end game is to reduce poverty, if my end game is to raise awareness socially, marginalized groups and stuff like that, then that means that my curriculum, the meetings that I have with families, have to target that. Hey, families, this got passed. This is going to happen to your kids. What do y'all think about it? Because this is how we're going to interpret that law and dish it out to you all. I don't think enough people are necessarily invited intentionally
to those conversations.
Right. I think they hold the meetings because they can and say, hey, there was a meeting. If you were interested in being a part of that, we put it on Twitter and you could have just came. Like, you should know that the hardworking mom or dad, entrepreneur, or the truck driver, or the doctor who's doing surgery, can't make it to their baby's open house.
Right.
Don't care less about the kid. But you got to put that information in front of them until you get their attention. And I know we hold the parents accountable for knowing certain things, and I think that's okay. However, I'm a dad.
Right.
I got 3 kids and 2 of them in school. I don't get information thrown in my face that's affecting my child. I see it on the news. So how can you say you wanted my opinion about it? Right? Or I got to go to the board meeting.
Yeah.
And I got to stand up there for those little seconds they give you before they say, okay, sit down. Nah, that ain't enough.
Yeah. Because you're still not being fully heard.
Because here's the thing. Even if nothing I say is going to change anything, at least talk to me so I can know how we want to navigate through it. And you're not doing that. And so if the parents know what the teachers go through, the teachers know what the parents go through, the parents know what the students going through at school, and the district knows what the parents going through, like, if everybody's connected and aware, it's almost like, if I was to put it in like an illustration, can we get one big old group chat where everybody's in it?
On the same accord.
Yeah. The opinions are going to go back and forth, but we all know. And we get to decide now that we know. And when you don't know, it's hard for you to decide because you don't know you need to decide on anything.
Fact.
All right, check this out. So you are a DJ.
Yes, sir.
And I want to know, when we talk about creativity, because I said this on the last couple of shows, and I said, hey, I don't think we do a good job in taking the skill sets of those who are around our kids, implementing it in schools and giving them an opportunity to say, I might want to do this.
Right.
Think about if you were a DJ at the age of 8. What you need to go to college for?
Yeah.
I had a hairstylist on here. What if she coached somebody from the age of 5 to 15 to 25? They out there doing R&B singers' hair on the road. They making big bucks.
Yeah.
They own a business. They started a salon. They started a organization to teach kids how to DJ. Like, there's so many things that we could do better. How do you see that? Like, what's your opinion on taking curriculum that we have beyond just going to music, PE, and all that stuff, and actually saying, let me show the kids how to do this. Because we do that on the side as a program, like a boys club.
Right.
But that's not established as like a prerequisite or anything like that. Like, can we bring down at least to the elementary level to spark the ideas of kids besides just having a career day?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can we have a DJ class?
Mm-hmm.
Hair class? Look at, like, read the room. Look who's in here.
Yeah.
We got our black and brown students who come from areas that are less than desirable to live in, homeless, wearing the same clothes every day, and all those things. And you sit there to tell me you're not going to provide them with the knowledge to say this is possible? Please. So what's your opinion on that?
Well, I think that's why it's important for men in general to be in education, and black men in general to be in education. Because kids need to see examples.
Yeah.
They need to see different examples of success.
Yeah.
Because not everybody's going to go to college. Not everybody is going to finish school. But there are trades. There's entrepreneurship. You can go to technology. You can do things. You can create the life that you want to have.
Yeah.
As long as you discipline, as long as you determine, you can create the life that you want. And that college life, or just, the traditional way to go, is not always the correct way to go for some people.
Right.
Some people are just not built for that.
Yeah.
I ain't
gonna lie, I wasn't.
Right. But you go through these different things, and you experiment with different things, and you find out what it is that you're passionate about. You find out what it is that you're good at. And then, you apply the mindset like, hey, I can make a living off of this. I think that there needs to be at least more instruction about entrepreneurship, especially at an early age.
Yeah.
Because, you have career day and stuff like that, but a lot of the people that show up for a career day, or sometimes, they still went through that traditional system of going to school, graduating, and then having to do this and do that.
And that's exactly what they tell the students when they visit.
Wow. And then they try to reinforce that is the way.
And that's a lie.
You know what I'm saying? There are so many different avenues. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't go to college. I'm not saying that you shouldn't pursue further education, because, if it's important to you, and if you feel like that's the way that you want to go, hey, by all means, go ahead. But that's not the path for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And kids need to understand that and not feel bad for knowing that, or not feel bad for making that decision. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately that, you still making a decision that you think will benefit you somewhere further in the future, or benefit your life further in the future. So you're not making a destructive decision.
Right.
Even if it's not the traditional decision.
Right.
So, but kids don't know. Because what they're being taught and what they're being spoon-fed is, you got to go this route. You got to go this route. You got to go this route. But I just feel like more dialogue, more conversations, more programs need to be created to where these types of conversations are happening, to where these kids have an understanding like, okay, well, maybe college isn't for me, but I can go this route, but I could go this route, and I can still feel like a productive citizen, or I can still feel like a productive person.
Man, you said a lot, and I want to kind of just piggyback off that with this last comment. I don't want another after-school program. No, I want to embed it. If those kids came to school from 7:30 to 3:30 or whatever, unless they just need extra help academically, they shouldn't be forced to have to stay after school to do something they want to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Because what we're doing is we're setting up the same life cycle of a person who has to go to work and then still do something they want to do after.
When they get off. Yeah.
That's the same life cycle. It's the same thing. We are literally teaching our kids that go do what you have to do. And then after that, if you got time, do what you want to do.
Do what you want to do.
And then we grow up and we do the same thing.
Yeah. And then we lose sight of what we want to do.
Instead of, while I'm here doing what I have to do, I'm doing what I desire to do.
Wow.
Stop making after school programs. I don't want no more of those. Because first of all, that's why you got a hard time getting people to stay. You ain't paying them.
Yeah.
And you're not choosing something that people are interested in. I asked Debria, I said, hey, would you mind coming to teach a course at an elementary or middle school over here if they invited you? She said, absolutely not. I would love to. Nobody's ever invited me.
Right.
Now, how many teachers would you have on board and excited to show up if their past experience and their on the side hustle became part of their instruction?
Mm-hmm. About something that they were passionate in. Yeah.
Teach them kids how to read, write, add, subtract, multiply, divide, history, and how things work, and then start applying it.
Mm-hmm.
If I teach you how to read, and if I teach you math, if I teach you science, now I can teach you how to build something using measurement, patterns. It's a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Applied to your creativity.
Applied to your creativity.
Yes, sir.
Kids will take off.
Yes, sir.
But we're worried about a test. We're worried about numbers.
Yeah.
And if we continue this cycle, we go nowhere. I can go all day. So let's get to the exit ticket.
Yes, sir.
And for those who don't know what the exit ticket is and you do not have an educational background, it's that crazy test at the end to make sure that you were paying attention.
Yes.
And so it's a play on words. So I'm going to say a sentence stem.
Okay.
And then after I say the sentence stem, you just fill in the blank.
Okay.
Quick as you can. Students need
compassion.
Paraprofessionals deserve
compensation.
Leadership is
pass.
Education needs more
education needs more. Let me think about that one.
Okay. Music taught me
that you are the creator of your own story.
Success is
whatever provides you with a peaceful state of mind.
Last one. The next generation deserves
all the knowledge that they possibly can get, all the history passed down so they can continue to fight the fights our ancestors fought.
Amen. All right. So last, I'd like you to look directly into that camera and speak to any paraprofessional or interventionist, custodian, cafeteria worker, anybody who is the background, so to speak, of the soundtrack to student success. What do you want that person to know that'll help them keep going, and not only keep going, but feel valued in the long term?
So to anybody that's in the paraprofessional field or just behind the scenes in general in the education environment, it's important to know that what you do is important to the progression and the evolution of those students. Even though they don't tell you that, look at what you result. Look at what comes from those students. Look at the results that come from those students. Look at how those students react to you. Look at how those students respect you. Look at how those students will go and climb mountains for you. And hold on to that. Hold on to what you're doing for those students, man, because there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to feel discouraged. You're going to feel like, man, what am I doing here? What am I doing? Am I wasting my time? Am I even useful? Could I be doing something else? You are exactly where you need to be. So while you are in that position, do exactly what you can and what you are capable of doing in order to be a positive part of those students' lives. You know, because like I said earlier in the podcast, it's not about us. It's not about us. It's not about us. And when you see the result and when you see the impact that you have on those students, that's what's gonna keep you motivated. It's what's gonna keep you inspired to keep coming up. So don't give up. If you have goals, chase them. Go after them by all means. Create your life, but also understand that what you're doing in the school system and what you're doing for those students is universally cosmic. And it is very necessary. Do not feel that what you're doing has no purpose or has no meaning. So that's what I would say. Just stay strong, stay motivated, stay inspired, and just keep being there for those kids, man. Keep being there for those kids.
Yeah. Yeah, we need y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
We do.
And even though, you know, sometimes you get overlooked, don't focus on that. Don't focus on that, because like I said, it's not about you. It's way bigger than you.
Yeah. All right. So before we close, you're building a mobile DJ business, and part of what we do here at this table is support people who are creating opportunities for themselves. So tell everyone, you know, what you're building or any services you provide and how they can connect with you, book with you, any social media handles and things like that.
Okay. So I have a mobile DJ business. That means that I travel to anybody that needs DJ services, whether that's a birthday party, a graduation, a wedding, a quinceañera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything that you would need live sound for. I also connect live sound. I have sound rentals and everything. So if you do need any type of DJ services, you can reach me on Instagram, all things social media, at DJ Star Skywalker, StarRSKYWALKA. That's on all social media handles. And I'm here for your DJ needs, your party needs, and your event curation needs as well. So whatever you need, I am available.
Yeah, you good, man. I ain't lying.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So, Jay, I want to thank you for coming to the table. Thank you for reminding us that some of the most important people in our schools don't always have the biggest titles, the highest salaries, or the loudest voices, but their impact can be heard in lives of students every single day. Until next time, from the classroom to the community, keep changing the game. AM or PM, it don't matter. Tune in. Appreciate it, my boy.
Yes, sir.
All right.